can't intimidate people, and I've been feeling that like I can't intimidate people when I'm so in my zone, so myself, because when I'm myself, I do feel a lot of love, but I'm just not afraid to shine anymore. The right people will be in my life, and the people that I do intimidate with my love or light, I just wish them love. And they may not discover who they really are in this lifetime, but they will in the next one or 100. There's no race, they will get there, and I'm just sending them love and just not afraid to shine anymore.
You're leading by example.
The right people will love you for who you are. You don't need to suppress yourself to make others happy.
And also what you're doing, Ian, is healing. You're healing yourself and you're healing the world around you by just being you.
That's what I've started to see just by being myself, with my energy, with my vibration, just by being my true self and sharing my vibration. And I am doing what I came here to do. There's no need for this big business or, there's no need for it anymore. Just be myself. That's it. And my true nature and purpose is living in my heart and just spreading my vibration and love.
Mm.
Even if I go out and just talk to one person and I uplift them, I'm living my true nature and purpose.
Mm.
Because me helping that one person, they'll go back to their family, they'll be happier, and then their family will feel it. The kids will go to school, they'll be happier, then they'll feel it, and just a ripple effect, just by one person.
Yeah. I do the same when I'm over shopping for food. I say always, "Hi, how are you doing?" Spreading great mood so they can give it to the next tree who goes and pays. Like you're saying, ripple effects.
I've just let go of what society says you need to do to be successful, and I find my own success within myself, within my own heart.
And then you have succeeded. People may earn 100,000 a month or 1 million a month, but if they ain't smiling about it, I wouldn't say call it success. There has to be a certain joy to life. That's truly success.
Mm.
Money is important because we live on Earth. You need money to buy clothes, food, but love's more important. I just want to say thanks for this space where I can express myself and be myself, and providing a place where I can just come every day and be myself. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I love you all, and thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Ian. How we get there is the same way. Just different for everyone. And it's like, where are we getting to? How do we know we're there?
Mm.
Is that important? That knowing.
Yeah, and it gives a searching for, or a striving for. provides an awareness. Because it is hard to explain for someone that isn't, well, it is hard to explain. Because it's a journey, it's not a destination. Meaning it's a constantly changing process of different experiences that help the healing. Because it is seen through our wounds. It is seeing the greatness. And I say greatness, seeing the positive, the good, the
And it's letting go of your own limitations and seeing like anything is possible, like literally anything.
yes.
Like I'm gonna share something. When I first joined Magnetic Mind, I had a one-to-one with Alwyn, because I got it at a discount when I joined, and I had a one-to-one with her, and she asked me how much is traveling in your true choices, and I told her that yeah, I would like to be a nomad, just traveling around. I would just love to live like a nomad lifestyle. She told me that she got a message from her superconscious and that she's opening a healing center in Australia. And she offered me a job in a healing center. And she said to me, my superconscious is telling me that you would be perfect for this job in my healing center in Australia. And at the time, I was like, how is that going to be possible with health and like so many limitations? But now I can actually see myself emigrating to Australia and working there.
Mm.
It is possible. I can do it. It's like, whoa. And I remember at the time thinking, you're offering me a job. Why me? Why little me? But now it's like, why not me? You know? And she also said she's opening them in different countries. So when I feel ready, to get in touch with her. I think she said she's opening them one in Spain as well, if I remember, in Portugal. But now I can see it. I can see me working there. Because it's one of my things to move abroad and work and be a nomad. And she said that right at the beginning. But now I can see it. It's like, oh, anything is possible.
Mm.
I could move to Mars if I chose to. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that.
Mars is a bit further away than Australia.
That's why like part of awareness is to notice where we say no, because again, that is just closing the possibilities, and there's some reason, there's some story there of why not us, why I have to say no, why I'm wanting to say no. You know, it's information. And in that no, it gives no room for the imaginary yes. The imaginative yes. Because when you say yes, right, it's a whole nother place to begin to expand the potentials. I think people are afraid to say yes.
Mm.
Yes is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So I honor that word, Ian. Change.
I can actually see myself now actually doing it. Whereas before I was like, there's no way. So within the next month or two, I'm gonna reach out to her and say, yeah, I can see it now.
Mm.
Kind of healing center was it?
Sorry, Heinz, I didn't hear you.
What kind of healing center was it?
She did send me the link, but I can't fully remember. She sent me the link to what she's doing, alternative healings.
Hmm.
Or just imagine moving to Australia, wow, working in a healing centre. I can just see it. Hmm.
Beautiful dream.
I was just thinking about the significance of dreams And I think the one thing that I've come to lately, because of the last, I'd say the last year especially, I've had very significant dreams. And I was thinking about how impactful they are. And what came to me was, it's like a form of evidence that life does not stop. Life itself doesn't stop. And we might know that intellectually, that we go to sleep and our bodies carry on working exactly as they do when we're in an awake state of mind. And also, dreams are many, many, many things, as you all know. So many people write about them in terms of what they are. But for me, also, it's that process of healing that gets so facilitated. And I think when we pay attention to our dreams and we ride the waves of that energy, that's our communication to those vibrations. Either that we are good to let them go, or that we want more of them. And so we, with our own attitude, our own mindset, is that interplay between our willingness and life itself. And that's what I heard a lot of with your sharing this morning, Ian.
Dreams give a great insight to the timelessness of the other side.
Hans, I'm so sorry. Your mic is, well, you are too far away from your mic.
Sorry. It gives a great insight to how timeless it is on the other side.
Yes.
You can be in your current form with people from your past doing stuff in the future.
Exactly. And Ian, how you were talking about realizing the impact in terms of the timeline, and that in my dream last night, I found something that was very necessary for me to find. And then I was so excited because what was happening in the dream was that my daughter was there and she was going to have to go through a very similar process to what I'd gone through. But I could, this is all in dream language, right? So I could say to her, this is all you have to do. And I've never had that exchange, direct exchange with her in my dream. And it was really interesting because she was little and then an older teenager, and then as she is now 27. And I found that so interesting. I've never experienced that before with her. And I think what it does for me is it translates into the significance of the subtlety of vibration, and that we can never know it all. And just by knowing a little bit, we can feel so incredibly expansive.
Thank you for sharing, Alison. Yeah, and super conscious can come in your dreams.
I think often it's the place where it can come in most easily in the beginning, until you learn to capture it with your intuition, right?
Well, it's the first dream I had last night that was super conscious, so it's the first time it's happened.
Mm.
But it's becoming more and more like I was in the shop yesterday in Poundland and I was walking past and I saw cod liver oils tablets and my super conscious said buy them. So I did. And then I got the message after because I've turned vegetarian and I've stopped eating fish that I should start taking them. So it just jumped out to me to get them. So little things like that.
Mm.
Or like if I'm in the gym, it's time to leave you now. You're going to burn yourself out. So I listen and I go.
Mm.
Like the other day, I had a parcel come and I usually get my medications delivered to my house, which I'm very grateful for. Like I get the pharmacy delivers it, which is like amazing.
Mm.
Anyway, this time they didn't tell me a date that it was coming, my medications. And I was about to go out and I got a download saying your medication is gonna come within the next hour. Stay in or you're gonna miss it. Because once they try to deliver it once and if you're not in, you have to go and collect it. Anyway, I got the message that your medication's gonna come in an hour, stay in, and I didn't listen to it. And I went out and I got back and then I got a card for the door saying that my medication came within the time frame that I got. And I was like, oh, I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen, I should have stayed in.
That's a nice
So
confirmation.
that just taught me listen every time I get someone, listen to it.
Maybe you wanted to walk. the pharmacy.
I just enjoy the abundance of getting it delivered.
Mm. Mm.
How do you know if you dream in super consciousness? My dreams are always so cryptic.
Did you say cryptic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Last
Okay.
night, paint at my father's firm, and we didn't do painting, but for some reason we were about to paint something that we had repaired.
Mm.
And this was my dad's paint bucket that he was about to put on the spray, and somebody took the one you turn around in it to make sure the paint is all mixed up with a different color, so a different color got into his color. Really, really strange dream.
I think it's a great dream, Hans. What did you make of it?
I don't know, when I woke up, I was talking in my sleep like I usually do. It sort of threw me a little bit off. I think I'm more active during sleep time than I am when I'm awake, actually. I wake up sore and muscles are hurting. So I think somebody's using my body when I'm not awake.
Oh.
I used to be sleepwalking also, but I haven't done that in a while. Not that I remember.
No. Well, you know your favorite word, possibilities. That's what I heard in that dream.
Yeah, but I knew that somebody had to tell my dad, and I would be the one who would have to tell him that we screwed up his paint.
But it's a possibility for another color, right?
Yeah. And funny, the color that I was using was the color of my first car. It was a color I chose myself. And 3 weeks after I got my car and it had been painted like that, three other Morris Minis was painted the same color in, for example. It's really annoying. I picked one that no one ever had the painter created themselves. But that's life. You choose something that looks great and other people want it. And maybe it wasn't about the colors. Maybe it was about that it was my dad's getting mixed with mine.
Yeah, that's very significant. I thought.
That's the funny thing. Like I say, how do you know if it's super consciousness? because my dreams are so mixed, so packed into something that what I need to unpack it like this, and oh, then they go deeper, and then you need to unpack more, unpack again, and see what does the pictures actually mean.
Well, if the way that I think about it is that it's consciousness, and consciousness contains everything, right?
Mm.
So it's just different levels of vibration. Same as with our thoughts.
Yeah, the other day I was doing some work with another group, and I felt like the music was light that was dancing.
Hmm.
That's the only way I could explain it.
Mm. It's beautiful.
And I saw the red door again. Yay! And one of them said, well, you're activating your sight, so you need to see something. And my son told me he had some hypnosis that he used to actually activate his sight. Let's have a go at that. Couldn't do any harm.
No, and it opens up a lot.
And my son's foster family are on vacation this week, so he's with his grandma, and he only just got the computer, but he's missing it so much right now. He really enjoyed starting working with making beats and stuff like that, so just shows his enthusiasm.
Yes.
And I told him he should enjoy the time he has with his grandma instead. It's not like the computer's going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And now they're halfway through the vacation, so half the time is done.
Just thinking about how subtle the intuitive, higher conscious messages are.
Mm.
How easy they are to skip, miss when we're not paying attention, when we're not listening, when we're not open.
Mm.
Not always are they explicit directions like Ian at that time of stay or you'll miss your delivery. That they always are given in the best way to see it. Meaning it's jam packed with so much information. That's why it's so quick. Why it's like a download, a jolt. There it is from something, from nothing, and it's full of everything.
Mm.
We tend to choke that off in our lives. I did. prior to this work was ignore it and say my intellect is better, higher, can handle it more.
Mm.
With Ian this morning, I honor our changes.
Mm.
We honor our healing. Spiritually and physically.
I can feel the change most. Do you know when you go on social media and you get memories coming up on Facebook?
Mm.
Like looking at memories from like 6 years ago, and it's like, who was that? I don't even recognize who that was anymore. And I can't link with that person anymore. It's like, who's that? Who was that person? And it's just like totally unrecognizable.
Mm.
Like I was watching a video that I put up, it came up on a memory, a video from like 7 years ago, and I was watching it and I was like, I don't recognize him. Felt so much compassion for him because of where he was then, but it's like a completely different lifetime. It was like, whoa.
Mm.
Imagine how much we forget.
No.
Mm. Not to mention how much we miss.
Mm.
But then also it was like this sense of gratitude because I've been there, I'm able to hold more compassion for others out there.
Yes.
Like I see people on my social media that are where I was when I did that video. And because I've been there, it's like I can see them. I can see through the eyes of compassion more because I've been there. So it's like I am grateful that I was there because now I'm able to hold more compassion because I've been there myself. If I hadn't have been there myself, I don't feel like I would be able to hold as much compassion because I haven't experienced it and I haven't felt what it's like. So it was like a sense of gratitude as well. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I get that sense as well. You can't lead others any farther than you are, but you can see where others are behind you. And those are shortcuts.
Mm.
And you have to do it yourself. Nobody else is going to save you or do it for you. It has to be done by you.
That's the irony. Yeah. The confusion, because why would we pay anyone else if that was the truth?
It's like I'm going to give an example. Like the other day, I was talking to my niece, my sister's daughter, because I'm rebuilding the relationship with her. They are speaking to the other day on WhatsApp on text message, And she was saying to me that she knows that her mum, my sister, wasn't very good growing up, like wasn't the best mum, but she's at peace now because she's in a relationship. Basically, she's met this guy and she's traveling with him, and that she's really at peace. Now, when I didn't say it to her, but I thought in my head, that's not true peace, because if the guy splits up with her or they ever break up, she's going to go back to being who she was. She's relying on another person, a relationship, to give her that peace. And I was thinking in my head, that's not true peace, but I didn't say it to her. I just said, I'm very happy that your mum's happy and that you're having a better time, basically, because my sister's happy. She's having a better time living with her. So I was grateful that she's met that guy, because my niece is having a better experience. But yeah, that thought came into my head, and I didn't verbalize it though. I just said I'm really happy that your mum's happy. But that's not true peace, because if they ever split up, she's going to be back on the floor again. She needs that person to make her happy. True, when it's true peace, you've got yourself to make you happy. If you're in a relationship and that person splits up with you, you're like, oh, I'm grateful for the time we had together, but I've got so much happiness within me that, you know.
Yep. It,
But I can't save my sister, so she has to figure it out for herself. So I just said, I'm really happy for your mum. I'm glad she's at peace. But I could see that it's not true peace. But yeah.
yes.
Gives her the experience of feeling peace, so she knows what she's actually looking for in one way.
It's a family pattern of looking for love outside of yourself. Because my mum's got the same pattern, I had the same pattern. It's not feeling worthy, so looking for love outside yourself.
Verifications.
Mm.
And that translates into anything you want, you'll look out there for it. And like you noticed, give their power to it. It happens in all the places for a lot of people.
What we've been taught our entire life by the school system. Need somebody else to verify who you actually are.
Yeah. Whether or not you're good enough.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but man, it's not very easy.
Because you have to look at yourself and take accountability and be like, wow, I fucked up there.
Yeah.
Instead of blame, it's like, that was your fault. You did that to me. You have to look at yourself like, whoa, and see your part in it and be like, whoa, I was dysfunctional too. I fucked up too.
I'm a human being.
Yeah. Whereas before it was like, he did this to me, he did that to me, I'm the victim, I'm perfect, I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I want the world to change, but it has nothing to do with me.
And then it's just sitting with that without trying to change it. At first, I would be like, recode, but now it's like, just sit with it and feel the tension.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Place we feel
Wow,
most,
I fucked up. Sorry,
Yeah.
Heinz.
the place we feel most resistance is where there's biggest possibilities for growth.
Yes. So interesting, that.
That's why we often say that the darkest times were sort of the best times for growing. Much more possibility in darkness than the good times. It's just what is.
Mm.
A great example is the toilet seat. Well, you hear that one time you leave it up, but you don't hear about the 990 times you put it down. You don't get a pat on the back. It was good you put down the toilet seat. Nobody comes and tell you that. Nobody.
Well, but you never do it.
Yep, that one time you never do it.
With such certainty and anger and despise in their voices.
And when it comes down to it, it has nothing to do with the toilet seat. It was just the excuse for letting go. For something bigger. Like it really matters if the toilet seat is up or down. Now I always close it totally with the lid on the top because it's for other reasons than keeping the toilet seat down.
Hmm. It's really nice to hear you talk, Heinz. I remember when you first came on a course, you didn't really talk, but it's really nice to hear you expressing yourself. I can feel from the first time you came on to now, I can feel the shift, and it feels really beautiful. So thank you for sharing.
I enjoy talking, but sometimes I don't know how to tell it. It's like, that's why I really enjoy this, that we use one word to sort of, and then we sort of dig into that word and work with it. It's given me much more perspective of what the words actually mean.
Mm.
And as soon as I said that, the word confluence came up.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna head off now, guys. I'm gonna go and cook dinner and things. But yeah, thanks for a beautiful, beautiful evening, afternoon,
You
and
have
I
a
love
pleasure
you all.
talking.
Good
No
evening,
problem.
Ian. Thank you.
Love and
Bye-bye.
hugs.
Yeah, about that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Have a
Alan.
pleasant day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys too.
Bye.
Bye now.